Hey everyone, it's your girl Pajama with Pajama Life. And I'm just back from India. So I have a little homage to my Indian people out there. So I'm back. Yeah, but I couldn't do any of this without my two buddies. Hey, let's say, I guess his name is the dude this week. Say hey to the people, dude.
Well, it's not so much Mr. Lebowski. It's more like the dude, like not El Duderino of trying that whole
Oh my
brevity thing,
god.
I'm just having a white Russian. So, of course, I'm the dude this weekend. So, hey, everyone.
I
Great
see.
stuff to talk about.
Well, and our guru of all things Star Wars and collectibles, let's say hey to David. Say hey to the people, David.
Hey, everybody. Great to be with you this week. I thought we might have even had an international edition of Pajama Life, but we're all back stateside, ready to talk about this week's shows.
Oh, and we got some good ones this week. So we're going to talk about the Oscars, the best acting lead categories, and All Quiet on the Western Front and the Bad Batch. So let's get started with All Quiet on the Western Front.
Years to come, you will be judged based on what you dare to become today. The Iron Youth of Germany. My friends, we are fortunate to be alive at a great time. Your deeds will be the water nourishing the growth of a strong and noble root. Stand still and listen up, Leiderman! The Kaiser needs soldiers, not children. You have the chance to earn the right to wear the uniforms you have been given. And by going to the front line in Flanders, we'll pierce the enemy. And then you will, in a few short weeks, finally march on Paris!
God damn it. I thought you were dead.
At some point we'll all die.
But not in the home stretch.
If you die before me, I'll kill you.
Another war movie, but let's let David start us off with All Quiet on the Western Front. What did you think of it?
I thought it did a wonderful job of bringing this important book, I think one of the most important books of the 20th century, back to life. World War I was considered the war to end all wars. It merely was kind of like the hold my beer for what the apocalypse will look like kind of deal. But I think it's a powerful film, and I think it is it's not as good as the book, but I think it does the theme of it, the emphasis that war is something that everyone suffers and the common person suffers the most, and why we should work to figure out a way to stop having them, and let things be settled in a more civilized place, like the football field. But
or MMA, let the leaders of the world fight it out themselves. And
which
that's
was in
it.
the book, but not in the movie, which was a weakness of the film. But overall, I thought it was a very good, powerful, poignant story. The fact that it was of the enemy, from the point of view of the enemy, from the American, Western Europe allied side, I think also strengthens its case is so important, because it reminds us that them, were really all us. Right. And so again, a really good movie. That was actually one of the few things that I watched not at your direction. I'd already watched it, so there. So I actually got that in.
Okay, the dude, what did you think?
Well, the World War I Museum, the National World War I Museum, is in Kansas City, and I've been to it a couple times. And this really helped flesh out perhaps my experience of going through the World War I museums, to see maybe more of a live action view of it. I watched it in subtitles, not the dub like in the trailer. So I worked through obviously because it was in German, because they were Germans. This was from the German side. And it really does show the inhumanity of war. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible thing. And World War I was the reason we got the Geneva Conventions. It showed some of those things kind of happening, or the reasons why. We saw Baron Zemo being a diplomat for a change. It was kind of interesting. Daniel Bruhl, really great actor. Overall, the cinematography in it was spectacular, but it was just really bleak. It's incredibly, I mean, it's a bleak subject, and I get it. It's going to be bleak.
Yeah. And
it should be. So I fully support that vision that they had to try to make it as bleak as possible, because you don't want war to be romanticized as it was in the 18th centuries and the 19th centuries, where, you're going to go be noble and, fight for your country. And that's how we got a lot of these problems we have now, where, a lot of nationalism type of things going. So it was a really good, an antidote to perhaps maybe romanticizing war and conflict. So I did enjoy it but I didn't enjoy it because it was terrible. But as a instrument of conveying information and emotions, very good.
Ooh, look at Pat sounding all literate while I've been away.
Wow. I've always been
I
literate.
go away and he becomes smarter. So
wow, very hurtful. So hurtful. Okay.
Very, very well-reasoned discussion. I didn't like it. I thought this was boring. And I thought that, yes, the cinematography is really good. But this year's categories are full of dark, depressing themes. So this is yet another one that is it's a lot to watch for a long time with this movie. I thought, and I agree that, war takes our young men and women, the best and the brightest, and damages them, for lifetimes. It's not natural to have war. So it's not natural to the human psyche to do these things. So it is really, it's an interesting cautionary tale, but it also shows unlike some movies, the grittiness of it and the pathos more so, and then just the unnecessary loss. The ending is like, oh man, all that, and then oh man. So I just, it is very well done, and I don't know about all of the awards that it's up for, but definitely I think that this is an important movie for people to watch and to understand that war is terrible. It's not something that anyone should engage in, and we should come up with more diplomatic solutions to our problems. Okay, enough of that. Now let's talk about, I've been waiting. Peach Emma made a mistake and thought the Oscars were at the end of the month. Well, the next Sunday. So we got to double up on the categories. So this week we're going to take a look at the best lead actor and actress categories. And let's start off with lead actress. Let's take a look. All right. For lead actress, we have Cate Blanchett in Tar, Anna de Armas in Blonde, Andrea Riseborough to Leslie, Michelle Williams, The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. All right. So let's start off with which one we loved, which one we didn't care for, and which one we think is going to get the award, because it might be different than the one you really love. So let's start with Patrick. Which one did you love? And let's do them all each other. You'll say yours, David will say his, and I'll say mine.
Well, okay. Michelle Yeoh, for sure.
Okay.
For who I loved. I mean, that movie was just so amazing and so chaotically wonderful. I mean, I've been gushing about it since I first saw it, 6 to 8 months ago. And it hasn't gotten any worse. It just keeps getting better. Michelle Yeoh she's everything everywhere all at once. I mean, she was great in this. Finally getting some recognition. She's been amazing. That's who I liked.
Okay. David, who did you like?
I'm agreeing with Patrick. I think Michelle was fantastic. That movie just grabs you in different ways. It's so unexpected in a lot of things, and she knocked it out of the park. I think she's not the only nominee with her own action figure, but she is the only nominee that I think she's just heads and tails above the rest. I think she just wins it. This was a crazy, weird story she was in, and man, you were with her through the journey. So she's got my nod.
Yeah, it's a triple yes for
what? We all agree? What?
Wow.
I know. I love her. I've loved her whole career. So I even watched Silverhawk. Y'all probably don't know that one, but she was another superhero type, and it was a real silly movie. But I love her. I don't care. She takes dross and makes it into gold. So, all right. Which one do you think is the worst of the pick in this category?
Ooh.
Let's start with David.
The worst, I would say, would be, and I think they're all good, but I think Kate comes in last.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a controversial one. But Patrick, what do you think?
I was not impressed with Michelle, whatever her last name was, and the
Williams.
And the Fablemans. It was just like, it was supposed to be nuanced, but it just came off. I didn't get the nuance. I love my husband, but I'm still not loving my husband, as it were. It's supposed to come off more nuanced than what it did. I didn't. I was kind of left flat with it. I'm just going to tell you.
I agree.
To be honest, it was an unsympathetic character. I didn't care for her character personally it made it really distasteful for me to really find anything good in it.
Oh wow!
I absolutely agree with you, Patrick. I mean, that's a twofer. Oh my god, I'm slipping. See, I told you I'd go away for a little bit, and wow, bam!
New perspective.
Patrick. But I just really did not care for her in the Fablemans. I didn't think her acting was great. I thought the character was extremely problematic, and so even though there's another actress who does a very unlikable character in this nomination, but she does it amazing. So it's a no for Michelle Williams. So one Michelle, yes, the other Michelle, no. Now, who will actually get the award? Let's start. Well, I'll go. Now, this is going to be controversial. I don't know. But I think Andrea Riseborough might sneak in and snatch it from Michelle Yeoh. I just watched To Leslie this evening, right before I came on. And it's everything those Oscar people like, a beautiful woman who's down and out, changes kind of to a really like, she's just terrible in this. But it goes to the bottom of the bottom, hits below rock bottom, and then has a redemption story. So it's going to be tough. Those two are the two that I think are up for it. David, what do you think?
Well, I think you're right in terms of how the Academy has generally made its picks. I think of a lot of roles of women getting Oscars, and that kind of fits the pattern. I think Michelle Yeoh is still going to get it. I will say this. Anna de Armas in so many ways captured Marilyn Monroe. When you look at some of the still shots in the eyes, you really have, I mean, they're two both very beautiful women, but very different.
Yeah.
But she really just in her persona, I thought brought her to life in a way that most of those attempts to recreate Marilyn have failed. She's a lot more than just a pretty face. I mean, you can go on and just say, and I know I have it on at length about, she's lovely.
Yeah, we know how you feel about Anna de Armas.
She's got some acting.
That's your secret girlfriend. I'm gonna tell your wife too.
Not that secret. It's just not that secret.
There's a reason why. Hey, there is a reason why they said that sonic weapon didn't come from Cuba. They don't have any reasons to kick her out of the country, as she is their greatest export of all time.
Oh Lord.
Sweeter than sugar, more intoxicating than rum.
Finer than frog hair.
My gosh.
Pat, what did you think? Who do you think is going to get it?
Well, I suspect Michelle Yeoh, to be honest, but my dark horse is Cate Blanchett, just for the simple fact she's Cate Blanchett. She is the Meryl Streep of this generation.
I love her, but I don't know.
Everything she touches, I mean, she just immerses herself, and she's a dark horse for me. I'm still Michelle Yeoh, but I suspect that Cate Blanchett can make a
run. Have you seen To Leslie?
What's that?
Have you seen To Leslie?
I have not.
I'm gonna tell you that. I mean, she did that role. I'm still 100% Michelle Yeoh, but that is the one I think. And plus, they had a whole campaign about it, and it's super.
That makes me think that they'll turn the people off. I've read about that, and I'm just like, yeah.
So that's why I'm
forget this.
I don't know, but she could. Once people see it, it's a powerful performance. But we're all in agreement. We want Michelle Yeoh to win. So, Academy voters, do the right thing.
It's too late. They've already sent the ballot in.
Yeah, give it to her. Plus, I want to see her speech up there when they try to make her hurry up and finish it.
Bum rush her off, yeah.
And beat somebody up. All right, now to the Best Actor category. Let's see who we got. All right, lead actor. Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees and Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal for After Sun, and Bill Nighy for Living. All right, Pat, let's do it again. Who do you think, who was your favorite?
Oh my God, Brendan Fraser. Thank you for coming back. And I mean, what an amazing acting job he did. That was stupid amazing, because it was a small cast. The credits are like 6 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very personal, very intimate, it was against type for him so much, and he just inhabited literally and figuratively that role. And oh my God, Brendan Fraser, 100% for me.
Okay, David.
Brendan Fraser was outstanding. Although some of his more recent roles, he was a supporting character in the show called The Condor, where he was not the leading man hero kind of guy. So he's really showing he's a lot more than just the action hero that's aging. Really talented. I think the man who brought Elvis to life he's my pick to get it. I thought he was outstanding.
Really?
Yes.
Really.
Oh,
wow.
Bill Nighy was good. I mean, this is a really competitive case.
Yeah. This year is a competitive race.
Butler, and I'm going to go with Elvis.
That's because you're from the... I think it's a homeboy kind of rooting for.
I think this guy's technically from England, but yes, when Elvis died, his records.
Yeah.
all day, and it was a sad, sad day in the home, to be sure.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I'm thinking, who am I thinking of? I'm gonna say, oh, man, who was my favorite? Okay, I'm gonna say my favorite. Oh man, it's a tie, but I'll just say one. I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna say Bill Nye for Living. Oh my goodness, this movie. It was so inspiring and so beautifully made. It was a fantastic adaptation of Ikiru. And Bill Nye was such a powerful, subtle performance that it just really, that movie touched me more than anything. So I liked it. So I'm going to go with Bill Nighy. That's my favorite.
Okay.
It's a little out there, but you never know.
Dark horse.
Dark horse. Okay. Now, which one, now that you've seen all of them, do you feel like is not going to get it? Is not the great pick? I already know. Even though he's another one of my side pieces.
Oh no.
Colin Farrell, the Banshees of Inisherin. I just no, it's a no for me on that movie. It's a no. Patrick, which one don't think it's gonna get it, or was not your favorite of these?
I'm not a fan. I mean, I have a problem with, and this just maybe a me thing. I have a problem when people portray real people, because you've always got something to hold up to their performance. Austin Butler, and I love Baz Luhrmann films. I love them so much.
Yeah.
But there were so many weird things with this. And Austin Butler, while amazing, he's probably the weakest of the category for me. I mean, I loved Colin Farrell a lot, so much. I know you.
I love him and everything else.
I mean, The Banshees of Inisherin was such a good movie for me, and I know you had issues. We're moving on past that. I loved so much of the other things, and it's just for me, when you're seeing people that to play real people that you can actually compare to archival footage, it's a tough sell.
Yeah,
and it's hard, especially for someone who's pretty much maybe not a rookie, but a newcomer to this level of stardom. Level of stardom. I mean, he may have had some bit parts or something, but I mean, to this level of stardom, it's a tough pull. And so maybe he just fell a little bit. So and Bill Nighy, don't get me wrong. We'll talk about that in a second, but there's a lot of great acting going on there, to be sure. This is a tough category for real.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Austin Butler was great, but wasn't that great.
Right. All right, David.
Least
favorite performance.
It's really hard to say least favorite, because I thought everybody was outstanding.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Yeah.
Of these, probably the least favorite, and they'd all be in the above average category, but I would say probably Bill Nighy would be of that group. I think Colin really, the Banshees nailed the part. He did. Brendan Fraser, he really nailed the part, and I think we could agree to disagree. Yeah. And the biopics are hard. I agree with Pat there. I liked Austin, but I think of these in this category, I think Bill comes where he comes. And he's still outstanding.
Okay, boo on David. So now, who is going to actually get it? And I will say Brendan Fraser for The Whale. he's just the whale of this this category. He swiped up every other award. And so if he doesn't get it, I think it'll be a riot in the stands. So I think it's Brendan Fraser's to lose. What do you think, Pat?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Brendan Fraser is going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some other performances that were really good, but Brendan Fraser, he's got this wonderful nostalgia going with him. There's
And
a
it's
lot
a
of
redemption story.
there's
too.
a lot of comeback kid thing
Yeah.
going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To his whole thing he's got going on. So yeah, Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. David, what do you think?
Well, I think Brendan Fraser will get it, and just for the same rationale that you gave for like the two Leslie, that
Uh-huh.
act, I think you put a guy in a fat suit playing a tragic figure, that's going to pull their heartstrings. You know,
Yeah, and the story
put
kind
it
of
up-
plays.
put an incredibly talented actress standing on the street corner as a sex worker. She's got a chance to move up. You put a handsome guy in a fat suit. Yeah, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, or other. And he was good. They were all good at this category. I think
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of transformed Brendan Fraser's career again, I think, with this role. I mean, he's been acting steadily over the years, just not in the big tentpole kind of movies. But he's such a naturally nice guy.
This isn't really a big tentpole type of movie either, to be really honest.
Right.
This is very much a character study type of thing, which is
And
not
it's based
not a
on
Marvel
play.
movie,
No,
So,
it's not.
but it kind of moved like a play too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of chance for him to shine in this, and you talk about somebody making the most of their opportunity. He's making it the most, and I am loving it. So, Cliff from Doom Patrol, I want him to carry on the golden statue. And so let's go on to now. We are at, let me go back, Star Wars and the Bad Batch. Let's take a peek.
Or make money, because I got a tip on a downed ship, which means cargo ripe for the taking. Don't come back unless you scavenge something valuable.
I am not especially motivated to continue my work after the Empire destroyed my civilization. What Emperor Palpatine seeks to accomplish, and he will not have my cooperation.
The cooperation of your chief scientist has not been forthcoming.
It must be frustrating to have your resources, but lack the expertise to achieve your goals.
Okay, I have to say that welcome back, Nala Say and Lama Sue. I love me some Kaminoans. And that last scene, there was so much smooth shade going on. I was like, oh, just what I love. The rest of the episode, however, I don't know. They could have kept that whole monster part out and just went with the drama of Nala Say and Lama Sue. Because I thought Lama Sue died. I thought he got shot in the face, but apparently not. And so I like that part of it. The other part of it, I was kind of like, oh, hurry up. Okay, monster. Okay. But David, what did you think?
There's a lot going on in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
The monster harkens back to earlier Clone Wars episodes.
Yep.
Where, and it looks like it's
Ah.
a scary monster.
Kaiju.
It's a sweet.
Yeah, kaiju. That's what I was thinking. Another kaiju this season.
Yeah, but there was a lot of pathos for that character that for in the Clone Wars, because it was intelligent enough to know that Palpatine was a bad guy, and the bad guy was in charge of the good guys. So there's a real kind of it was one of the Clone Wars episodes that left me feeling sad at the end of it. I in all seriousness with this. So bringing that character back was
the monster,
the creature, yes,
the creature, the lone animal. Let's call it that. Just because you're big and you eat electricity doesn't make you a monster.
But what the people there too?
But,
I'm just ignoring that part of it. Okay.
If you hung with Palpatine, if you've known Palpatine, you're gonna think, oh man, they're all awful. Lot going on there. So that was awesome to see that piece. Another important piece. This is that we see a direct connection with this episode and the last season of, I guess it was either in the Book of Boba Fett or probably in season 2 of The Mandalorian. You see the mountain. This isn't the first time we see this Imperial base on the mountain. And that, it hasn't been identified yet, but here's the truth for the Filoni-verse. The best stuff Filoni has, he stole from Timothy Zahn, the great villain Thrawn that we'll be seeing in Ahsoka, and this warehouse of cloning technology and other super gadgets of the Emperor, Mount Tannis. So I think that's what this is my guess. We don't have a name yet, but that's what inspired. So you're seeing some real connections here between Mando, the Timothy Zahn novels that kind of resurrected Star Wars in the early 1990s, and now with this. And a very important little piece of dialogue there. We learn more about Omega and her role here.
Yes.
That's huge. We just thought, oh, she's a cute little female boba. Okay. Au contraire, there's more to her. And this person showing maybe a little bit of villain colors. Hey, Hasbro, make this so I don't have to. And I'm already a head start. If you don't get anything, don't come back. We're going to see some tension in the next episode between Sid and the Bad Batch and this newfound value of Omega.
Okay. Woo! That's why we got the professor of all things Star Wars with us. And Pat, what did you think?
Yeah, I keyed in on the Kaiju connection to Anakin and Obi-Wan's fight with them on Coruscant.
Yes.
Where they got into.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was that thing.
Yes, it's the same creatures. They brought them back. They kind of worked through that. It was good to see. Man, I gotta say, as Marvel has had some stumbles lately, the Star Wars universe seems to have found its footing for real. After that, the three sequels, which were absolute garbage. Although Pam loves them. They were, they seem to have found their footing because Dave Filoni is running this now, and he's kind of got, he knows what true fans like, and they understand that he gets the mythology built into it. Really good stuff. And yes, the Omega storyline is going to be big. I can tell. This is obviously their bridge to next season. They're going to come up with something big about Omega, and all have to protect her or do something, to.
What do you all think is the secret of Omega?
No telling. I'm just watching. I'm watching the show.
She's a clone, so
yes.
But there's something. But again, she's the only female clone, and she was directly grown like Boba to mature at a normal rate.
Right.
There's something in that female Boba chromosome.
And they may have put something else in there too, just like they put in, like all the Bad Batch had these individual skill sets that kind of seem to have been bred into them. Or
what is she gonna be, like super teenagery?
So far, that seems to be it. You're right, exactly.
Because they still gotta keep it for kids now.
So moody. Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's super moody. That's her special power. And the power to irritate you to no end. Every episode, I'm like, Omega, why did you do that? So, yeah, but it was a good week. And I missed a lot of it being away, but when I got back, I had a special treat. The Mandalorian is back, and we're going to talk about it next week. And we're going to capture 2 episodes next week. And along with the final, because we're here. The Oscars will be the 12th. So next Saturday, we'll talk about Best Picture and Best Director, because you can't have a picture without a director, even though that's kind of happened these past few years. But we will cover those as well. So definitely come back and check us out. And I'm managing to stay up for this show, so you should too. So, David, you got any final words for us?
Wish everybody a great week. Stay safe. Who knows how the weather's coming around you. And next Thursday, the next episode of Picard, the best show on TV that we're not talking about yet. Watch Picard. I said yet. Watch Picard. So long.
All right. That's on Paramount Plus. And Patrick, got any final words for us?
For those of you that live in the Midwest like I do, none of you two, I understand. Comic-Con's coming up in a couple weeks. Going to go meet Alex Kingston from Doctor Who.
Oh, your girlfriend.
Those of you that, I mean, I've been rewatching Doctor Who, and I saw Bill Nighy in one of the best episodes of Doctor Who, The Doctor, with Vincent and I, which was of Vincent Van Gogh and Amy. Oh, there's so much good stuff to mine through that whole. So many episodes, and we've just been watching through it, and it's just great. And Pam's rolling her eyes because it's so good, because good things make her roll her eyes. So, I mean, Doctor Who's coming back. I can't wait for all you guys to, and I'm hoping I can convince our fearless leader to talk about Doctor Who, because it is obviously an important fandom as much as Marvel and Star Wars. So, and other than that, you guys be careful, and as Spock says, live long and prosper.
I can do it.
There we go. There's a good picture.
Both fingers, baby.
That's a gang sign, I think, David. Close.
All right. We'll take on
all right. And if you love Star Trek, Wrath is back on cable. So check out the best of the show. Of the movies. So definitely come back next week. We'll see you next time. Bye.